Bank of Japan at least will start a two-day policy meeting this afternoon, but no cliffhanger in Tokyo. In fact, no change expected in the 10th of 1% benchmark. Let's see what else the BOJ might be doing to stimulate the economy. And Mike Firn, who's visiting us here in Hong Kong, has the story. So, Mike, what can we expect from the BOJ?
Probably no changes in policy, no big announcements, but it may sound more upbeat on the economy in its monthly assessment. Insiders say that policymakers may raise their assessment of the economy because of exports have recovered more than they had forecast. They say the bank's going to stop saying that economic growth will remain moderate in coming months. Now, the Tankan survey, which is a Bank of Japan survey out last week, showed large manufacturers are the least pessimistic they've been in 2 years, and that may be enough to persuade the bank not to increase liquidity. At last month's meeting, it doubled low-interest loans to banks. Now, 2 board members opposed that move. Bank insiders say that board members don't want to add more cash because that may, in fact, end up worsening deflation that's been pushing down producer prices for the past year. With the central bank reluctant to take new policy steps, that may put more pressure on the government to do more to help business.
What you ought to be focusing on is not the Bank of Japan, but you must be focusing on Finance Minister now Tankan. These are the people who are putting together the growth strategy going forward. In the run-up, through the month of April, you hear more and more concrete news on tax policy in particular, and it's quite likely that we could actually get the present of a corporate tax cut coming.
Now Tankan, the finance minister, deputy prime minister, really positioning himself in recent months as a player. A recent trip, of course, to Beijing, where he spoke with the leaders there. And he is actually very popular with voters. The cabinet not very popular with voters at the moment. The approval rating 33%, dropping about 3.3 percentage points. The disapproval rate in the latest Kyoto survey, 53%. People not very happy with what they've failed to deliver in terms of the policies they were elected on last August. And we do have an election for the upper house coming up in July. Oh, dear. So it could be a short term then for the DPJ. Well, not really, because the LDP are also imploding. We had 2 members of the LDP, Kaoru Yosuna, one of the former finance ministers, leaving to form their own party. Other people are jumping ship because they say the LDP hasn't capitalised on the DPJ's failure to deliver. It could have done more, so it looks like there's not going to be any viable opposition either. So, yeah, 33% approval ratings is kind of what you're getting in the U.S. for Obama these days, and they think it's disastrous. So, it looks like the major economies and the governments leading these major economies are suffering the same endeavor right now. Thank you for that, Mike.